Welcome back, folks, for a new tank review, and today we'll cover these Mutz. Alright, just a one-time joke, I'm sorry, will never happen again, I apologize. But today we'll take a look at the Panzer 58 Mutz. This is a tier 8 premium German medium tank, even though it's of Swiss origins. So foreshadowing that we're not getting a unified European tech tree. So that's disappointing, it's a bummer, I know, but as for this vehicle, it's pretty good. It's amazing. It might be even faster than the AMX CDC, and I say it without hesitation. And that's because the terrain resistance on this vehicle is off the charts. Whereas the AMX CDC is like a heavy tank's terrain resistance. And yeah, it gets bogged down pretty easily. But this tank, holy crap, it's fast. It's super fast, and the gun's pretty good at handling, so this tank is like light years ahead of the FE4202P. Just can't even hold a candle next to this vehicle, jeez. But let's take a look at the stats. So 1300 hit points, that's the short end side of tier 8 medium tank's health, like a Russian or Chinese medium tank, so it's alright. Has about 36 tons with a 600 horsepower engine. So the power to weight ratio is a respectable 17. That's pretty good. But take a look at the terrain resistance. 0.5 for hard, 0.7 for medium, and 1.4 for soft. What? That's even better than tier 10 medium tanks terrain resistance. You want proof? Alright. Take a look at the Action X Centurion, better. Object 140, better. And it has respectable horsepower per ton ratio. This tank is fast. And if you need further proof of how slow, quote unquote, the AMX CDC is, we'll take a look. So the Chasseur de Char has pretty good horsepower per ton ratio, 35.29. But look at the terrain resistance, 1.5 for hard, 1.7 for medium, and 3 for soft. Yeah. You can have all the horsepower in the world per ton ratio, but you cannot move through swamp. You get bogged down super hard. This tank is better, in my honest opinion, than the AMX CDC. It's like playing the AMX CDC without all the drawbacks. You have armor at the front, 90 millimeters. You have a smaller silhouette, so it's less likely to get hit. The AMX CDC is huge. And you're just as fast. The gun handling is also not that bad. Yeah, this tank is pretty good. So hull traverse, 45 degrees per second. Very good. Turret traverse, not that fast, but 36 is close enough. Alright, so mobility wise, good. Hull armor is 90 at the front, so artillery shells might not penetrate, whereas the 30 millimeters on the CDC, yeah, no. Artillery hits the AMX CDC, you better pray it hits the tracks, otherwise it's going through. So 90 at the front, pretty good. 30 at the sides, so don't side scrape that often, just no. And 40 at the rear, so hull armor is decent at the front. Turret armor is 120 at the front, so it's well rounded. It has a mantlet, so you could bounce a few shots, but you do have a gigantic cupola, so be aware. 65 at the sides, and 40 at the rear, so decent enough. But this tank has amazing gun handling and angles and arcs, so 10 degrees of gun depression with 25 elevation. Very good. So you can go haul down with this tank and snipe. The gun's accuracy, aim time, and penetration is sufficient, so it's not that bad. Because the aim time is not as long as the Indien Panzer, it's only 2.3 seconds, whereas the Indien Panzer has 2.7, I believe, so does not feel that inaccurate. The accuracy is alright, 0.36, but the aim time really helps. Really helps. So where is the Indien Panzer? It's the same gun. Just a fun fact, the Panzer 58 is derived from the Indien Panzer project. I already talked about this with my leak videos, but you already know that, right? So as you can see, this gun is like the Indien Panzer's gun, has less rate of fire, the same penetration alpha, less accuracy, but better aim time. So that's good. And let's compare with the AMX CDC's gun, which is almost like these two guns. Right, is the chasseur de chasse. I like saying chasseur de chasse, make me sound like French, even though I'm not. So the Panzer 58 is basically a chasseur de Panzer. Chasse is Panzer, Sam. Alright, you can see that the alpha penetration is the same. Accuracy is lacking compared to the AMX CDC, and aim time, but it's alright, it's not as huge as the chasseur de chasse. So yeah, the gun's alright in my opinion. So you have the amazing penetration for a tier 8 medium tank. Alpha is not that bad. Accuracy could be improved based on your crew skills, so it's fine. But the aim time is a big factor, so it's not the 2.6 on the FE4202. So, ugh. But yeah, the gun's alright. And this vehicle is not that blind. 380 meters of view range. It's on the short end side of tier 8 medium tanks view range, but it's fine. Trust me, it's fine. Based on your crew skills, based on whatever, it's fine. And the radio range might be a little bit better, but could be a little bit better. Yeah, but it's alright. 570 meters, it's fine. So yeah, this tank is a lot better than the FE4202P. Light years ahead of the FE4202P. Just whoosh. Now, it is a rental on the North American server, so I do not really have this vehicle. I did not put the gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, or vents, but even with these subpar or non-standard equipments, I tend to have good games with this vehicle. So yeah, the gun performs pretty good. The dispersion with the gun and the spread is decent enough. So yeah, it's a keeper. Buy this vehicle before the CDC, and must buy this vehicle before the FE4202P. Ugh. But I have 2 good gameplays of this tank out of the 3 gameplays I played, and I mastered it already. So here they are. Alright, we're starting off on highway with the Panzer 58 Mutz in a tier 10 matchup. So this tank has the sniping gun. It's fast, but don't zigzag around too much, because tier 10 medium tanks could just chip away at your health, and you do not have that much health. So just snipe. If your teammates are all YOLO rushing and all lemming train, just stay back and snipe. So it's a sniping tank, and use the mobility to get away, or do some cheeky spots, but try not to cheeky all the time. It's not really a scout. So we're starting off, trying to go towards the little hill thing. Thank you for pitying me. But I see that most medium tanks are heading that way, and if I go there, it will be a clusterfuck. So 3 or more is a crowd. So no, we're not getting there. We're going to camp base. Why not? Camp base, it's a sniping tank. So I decide to myself, alright, we don't have tank destroyers. I'll be a tank destroyer, and you guys could be the dummies or the medium tanks. So we do not have that many heavy tanks going into town, and I have to stay back a little bit to support. So there is a scout. I do not have all the equipments, but aim time is a lot better than the FE4202P, even without the vertical stabilizer. So, ugh, man, that vehicle. Here's another Mutz. I missed. Whoops. Oh well. But yeah, do not expose yourself too early on, like these guys. So basically, on the North American server right now, you can get the Panzer 58 Mutz as a rental for like 1 day or 2-ish, but it's basically all Panzer 58 Mutz. And a lot of players do not know how to play this tank. So when you're playing this tank, hang in the back. Do not YOLO. You do not have that much armor. 90 millimeters of armor is nothing against tier 8s or tier 9s or 10s, but it could bounce a few tier 6s, so don't trust your armor that much. But we're sniping at the best. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. This Mutz is hanging behind the building, and I decide to shoot the building out. Alright, our scout has pulled back. We do have one in the river. So I pull up, and there's the destructible building right there. Destroy it, and expose his side armor, or rear armor. Accuracy is pretty tight with the spread, so I like it. It's a German tank after all, so that was a little bit high. Try to be aiming on my part. So sniping is the best suited to German tanks. There's the guy, and he gets sniped. So as you can see, the accuracy spread of the shots is German. So that's why I love German tanks, because of the accuracy. Hit the shot when he was unspotted, move up, and most of their team are mostly dead. And I only dealt 800 damage. So you could say to yourself, Sam, you did nothing this match, but you'll see. You'll see. So tank destroyers, nice hit. And 212 millimeters of penetration is very good for tier 8 medium tanks standards. The average is like 190-ish, so the gun's good. Back to the T-30. Try to hit the engine. He knows I'm here, but he cannot see me. I'm just outside of the view range. Hit him again. Alright. Easy pickings. Let my team do the scouting. A T-28 prototype. I'm surprised the prototype did not get buffed with the health, whereas the normal T-28 got the amazing health boost, like the Ferdinand and the Yak Tiger. But oh well. That thing does have a turret to compensate. He's behind the building, so no more shots on him. Tried the prototype. Nope. He's behind a hill. So right now, I took a look at the minimap and see that our IS-7 is facing off against a Death Star. So I decided to myself, wow, the Death Star is almost at full health, whereas the IS-7 has only 4%. So kill the most deadly large caliber gun on their team. And this vehicle is fast. So zoom, zoom, zoom. And 50 kilometers per hour top speed is decent if you have amazing terrain resistance. So no problems going up hills, and it's face hugging against these two. So don't angle your armor, dude. So you track him on the first hit, or yeah, prevent him from pointing the gun at you and shoot the rear drive wheel. So he's permanently detract. He's not going anywhere. So I got him. He's stuck. And he's on fire now because I hit the fuel tanks. Whoops. Oh, the struggle's real. Oh, he puts the fire out. Well, kind of pointless. You're dead. So, yeah. 3,000 damage. I done nothing. I basically sniped at the beginning and detracked the Yak Panzer E100 and killed him off. And that was it. So, simple enough. But on to the next one. And here is the Mastery Badge gameplay of the Panzer 58 Mutz. It's against all other Mutzes. You'll see how poorly people perform with rental tanks. But this tank is very fast. So shifting is absolutely crazy to move around the battlefield and get positions and go haul down. But yeah, you'll see. So we're starting off on Nuremberg, on ice. I'm surprised there's no like sandstorm Nuremberg, but oh well. So we're moving into position behind cover. There is artillery, so It does hurt if you get shot, but not as much as the AMX CDC or the FE4202P. So try not to get hit. And I'm going to use this tree as cover. So you see T-37, he's YOLO rushing. He did not spot me. Shooting behind the bush. Now he does. Alright, watch this. 30 millimeters of side armor. And I have to side scrape. I am side scraping with 30 millimeters of side armor. He missed. He knows I'm here. There are a lot of Mutzes. Okay. A tiger pattern. That down too high? Yes, I did. With 30 millimeters of side armor, and I still bounce shots with side scraping. What the frick? Alright, we're against Pattern KR. A bunch of Mutzes. He does not hide his hull armor. Come on, guys. Even if you have no hull armor, go side scraping like what I'm doing. Bounce one shot. Alright, 212 millimeters of penetration. Still standing around. Bounce another one. Alright. He's not paying attention. Gets punished. I mean, even if you have no armor, side scraping still works because of your tracks. It will eat up some of the shots, and if you shoot above the actual hull and goes at extreme angles, it will bounce. So gets punished again. Oh, there's the pattern. I did not angle, so I just want to kill him. He has more, or he has less health. I have more health, so fair trade. Oh, dang it. That was a crappy shot. Alright. Is he gonna make the... I missed. Alright. He's waiting around. Given too much credit. Did not kill him. 1 health away. I thought I could reload faster and kill him. But, yeah. Bounce another shot. Or the tracks ate it. Hit him. Missed. So, yeah, be careful about your health. I was not careful, so I got hit. Oh well, this thing doesn't have that much health or armor, but it's fast, and I'm basically sniping like a coward. So when everybody's dead, I move up. Shooting on the move is not that bad. Oh, 2 of them. Got my tracks. One of them got my tracks. Auto aim noob. Alright. So, thankfully I have a few snipers at our spawn, so that's good. Confirm to Dink. And right now I want more damage, so I moved up. And nobody's here. Aim time is a little bit wonky, but once you have the vertical stabilizer, if you want to keep the tank, if you have the vertical stabilizer, it's a lot better. So aim time might seem a little bit longer than usual on these shots, but that's because I'm using toolbox and camouflage net and binoculars. So basically I have no equipments fitted to this vehicle. No decent equipments. But yeah. Once you have the vertical stabilizer, the vents, and the rammer, then this tank is crazy good. It's still pretty good, just it performs insanely with those equipments. So shots like this doesn't take that long. So right now I still want more damage, and there are a few more teammates with no health, so they're less likely to push up. So therefore I have to YOLO rush myself. Auto aim, 30 millimeters of side armor. Yeah. Side scrape. Side scrape. Oh, got my tracks. Still side scraped. Like that. That should penetrate me again. Ugh. Alright. Trade a few hits for him. So basically, I don't care about my health right now because we're winning. I just want more damage, and I'm sacrificing my health for the damages so I can get a mastery patch. That's the trade-off. But this tank is fast. Trust me, it's super fast. It's pretty good accuracy-wise. I mean, 0.36 is not as good as the 0.35, but the dispersion spread is more consistent than what I felt with the FE4202P. So, yeah, fast enough gameplay, and this tank is light years ahead of the FE4202P. Just a whole different feeling with this vehicle than that tank. Ugh. And there you go, folks. Two simple enough gameplays of the Panzer 58 Mutz. This tank is fast. It's the key demonstration between horsepower per ton ratio and terrain resistance. So as you can see with the AMX CDC, it has great horsepower per ton ratio, but lacking in TR. So basically, the AMX CDC is good at climbing hills on Himmelsdorf because it's hard terrain and amazing horsepower per ton ratio just goes up the hill. But for this vehicle, it can move through swamps like boggy grounds without a problem, whereas the AMX CDC just gets slowed down from the mud. So this tank is fast, and the gun's not that bad. So 2.3 seconds aim time is decent. If you fit a vertical stabilizer, unlike what I did, it's faster to aim. And the DPM is about 2000 or so, so average enough. And it has amazing penetration, 212 for a tier 8 medium tank. And it has armor. It's better armor than the AMX CDC, quote unquote. So you do not get one-shotted by artillery. And to top it all off, it's a premium tank. So you make more credits than the average Pershings or Indien Panzers, right? So this tank is a keeper. As you can see with the first game, we just managed to do half our damage on the Yak Panzer E100, and that gets us the first class mastery badge. That was it. Just learn how to detrack and just constantly detrack, and you'll hit their fuel tanks as well. So very simple gameplay. Snipe if your teammates are all YOLO rushing or lemming train to a side. Do not go into a clusterfuck. Just no. Alright, just stay behind. 3 is a crowd. Too many people. Just let them handle it, and you snipe and pick people off. Simple enough. So we did not do the most damage, but we're top. And basically the Yak Panzer E100 fed us. And that was pretty much it. So as you can see, we did not do that much, but 53,000 credits from simple gameplay. And yeah, I did not break a sweat. I did not even panic. Oh, and on to the next one. So high caliber, Confederate. I was YOLO rushing a little bit, did not respect my opponents and exposing my armor, but whatever, yada yada yada. It's all Mutz, so it's basically the test server. But as you can see, we bounce with the side armor. Funny enough. So that goes to Chichu. Even if you have only 30 millimeters of side armor, still side scrape. You will bounce shots. Funny enough, but dealt a lot of damage with that round. So make the most credits and XP. And there you go. 71,000 credits. Very good. So in my honest opinion about the AMX, the Chasseur, the Panzer 58 Mutz, this tank is a lot better than the AMX CDC because the horsepower per ton ratio is evenly balanced with the terrain resistance. You do not need that much horsepower per ton ratio because you're not getting everywhere all the time. So it's better to move through like swamps or boggy grounds with better terrain resistance than the AMX CDC, and you're just as fast, so you can keep up with those vehicles. And this tank is pretty good, and you're smaller. You have armor at the front, so artillery shells do not one-shot you. And the gun's not that bad too, so amazing penetration, decent enough DPM, small size, gun depression, some armor to prevent artillery, amazing speed, View range could be better, radio range could be better, but it's not that disappointing. Overall, it's crazy good. So yeah, it's basically a Cromwell B for tier 8, and I highly approve. Yeah, go buy one. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.